Welcome back, viewer, to Let's Play Rings of Power, which is now a fiasco. I've turned off the sound because this program that I'm using to emulate the game, or actually to emulate the Genesis, is basically going crazy. All of a sudden, it has decided that it needs all of my system resources in order to run, and I don't know why. So I tried running another emulator program, which I wasn't really happy with anyway, and as a result, my save file has decided to stop working. So I can't go back to where I was at the end of the last Let's Play. All I can do is show you where we are and tell you I'm not really sure about the status of the rest of this. I don't know. I may wind up playing the rest of the game without sound effects, or really any sound, which would kind of suck. But all right, so we've got our full party now. It's actually much simpler, so I don't feel too bad about it. It's much simpler to get your enchanter and your conjurer than it is to get your archer or it's much simpler to get your enchanter and your necromancer, than it is to get your archer and your conjurer. So my sorcerer is level 5 now, my knight is level 5, my archer is level 4, and my conjurer is level 4, and I believe my necromancer and enchanter are level 3. So they're pretty much all higher in level than they were before. But I still need to find some spells to utilize that all properly. So I'm just going to use the map to kind of give you the brief overview of how you would go about getting your enchanter and necromancer. So we would have left off here in the City of Perfection. We had just gotten our conjurer. So you want to go up here. This is the City of Commerce, and to the east is the City of Chaos. We saw a hermit before over here in the oasis by Chaos. So you're going to go into Chaos, and you're going to go into this big building here, which I can't highlight. My program is being lovely. Okay, the one that my cursor is barely on. And then you go in there and you talk to them, and they're going to tell you that the head enchanter is not interested in seeing you. But this is part of the enchanter's thing, is that they're very flighty. So they say you have to talk to his secretary, and the secretary is in the white building that's just above this, which I'm not going to try to highlight it because my thing is acting up. And you go in there, and he's converted to the Church of Void, so he's not going to talk to you. But there's a good priest who's in red robes there, who you talk to, and he says that the only way to cure the guy is with a mirror. And he tells you to go to the library in Cathedral. I think I said this was Commerce a little earlier. This is not. This is Cathedral. So you go to the library, which is what I'm hovering over right now. And if you go to the east after you enter, you will talk to the confessor, I think, and he'll tell you about the mirror, and he'll tell you that he'll tell you to search the library. So if you go upstairs in the library and search the west wall, you'll find a memo that tells you to go to Perfection, which is actually down here. Yeah. So it'll tell you to go here and search the crypt, which is, you just go to the church and go downstairs. And then it turns out it's not there, and you go back here, and you search the crypt there, and you find the mirror. You bring it back over here. This is probably, I'm sure it's the lamest video ever. But what can I do? And then you give it to the secretary, and he'll ask for a lottery, not a lottery ticket, a bingo ticket, which you can get back from the big building over here to the left. And then you bring it back to him, and he'll tell you that you can meet the head enchanter at night. So you just, on your way out, you'll have to fight 2 black priests, but they shouldn't be a problem. They're priests of void. I'm not being racist, okay? Their robes are black. And you go in here, and honestly, who would ever accuse me of being racist while doing this? That's silly. And then you go back into the big building at night, go to the top, and you can talk to Zyatal, the head necromancer. I wasn't going to try to say his name. And he'll say, okay, he'll give you the thumbs up, and then you got to go all the way. I recommend what you do is get your ship, which you should have over here. The best thing to do is to try to go everywhere by ship, because the land routes are pretty annoying. So you go around here, and around over to here, and this is the Night City. And then you can go south, because he tells you can find the guy at the Drunken Dragon, which is south of Blood. This is Blood here, the Necromancer City, and the Drunken Dragon is right here. So go to the Drunken Dragon, and you have to go upstairs and talk to your enchanter. He'll join you. You'll get experience. Great. There's a bunch of enchanters downstairs who will fight you if you go downstairs. So there's an exit to the east that you can exit, or I think if you go to your menu and choose camp, it'll automatically put you outside of the building, because you don't want to fight those enchanters. They will kill you. They're not even that high in level, but they have a spell called Frenzy that will just slaughter you. And then you go back up here and talk to, I think his name is Flem. He's the head necromancer. So talk to the head necromancer again. You saw him in a previous video. He's in, well, you would have seen the building before. And he'll tell you that the young necromancer will now join you. Go over to this building that I'm right next to. It's above the city. It's the Necromancer's Guild, and that's where your necromancer awaits. And that brings us back to where we are now. I am in the Knight's City. And so now that I've recorded the lamest video ever, I will bring it to a conclusion. And in the next video, we will begin searching for the first ring, and I will try to find some sort of music that I can hopefully play without violating, well, without getting busted for violating copyright laws. Hopefully something that nobody cares about enough to prosecute for. And because the sound isn't going to work, I don't want to try to use another program. So I don't know how I feel about it, but unless somebody knows how to make the Fusion emulator work, this is pretty much my only resort, and it's already playing really slow. There's a lot of lag for me, and I find that frustrating. But anyway, enough of my complaints. That's the end of this video, and if the save function doesn't start working, then I'm gonna have to just use save states, which is what I did before. That's how I managed to still have something to load to, because it would have definitely sucked. Let's see if it will load. It would have definitely sucked to have to start at the beginning of the game. I don't think I would have finished at that point. Okay, so save is working again, and that's good. So we can do this normally, except without sound, unless the program decides to start cooperating. And what are the chances of that? I don't know. Alright, so see you next time, viewer, if you're still sticking around. And if you are, gosh.